A long time ago, people did not use salt. Yeah, I mean really long ago. They could still live well, enjoying their food, but if you've ever tried food without salt, you know how much flavor it adds. Salt, a simple ingredient, acts like the food magician. A small sprinkle and ta-da, your taste buds throw a party. But here's the kicker, life has its own kind of salt. Tiny twists that sneak in and shake things up. Now, to be honest, I'm not an expert. I'm diving into this too. This video is a push for both you and me to create the lives we desire, to add a pinch of salt to our days.
So let's begin. And the first story I want to tell you is about how I started jogging, even though I hate jogging. Anyways, it was a grocery day. We had to go grocery shopping. It was a cloudy day, although it was really hot. You know the combination, it usually tells about that it's going to rain. But as careless as I am, I decided to go grocery shopping anyways to the local market. It's just, I don't know, 10-minute walk from our home. And when we were going back with a lot of packages in our hands, it started to rain. It was raining dogs and cats. And I ran back home like my cats run from the vacuum cleaner, because otherwise we would be soaked in water. And we started to run with heavy packages, and within less than a minute I realized that I'm running out of breath and my legs hurt. And I just hate that I cannot simply run for more than 1 minute. At 25, I felt like a 90-year-old. I decided that I want to change that, because another side of that is that what if I have to run away from a maniac and I will not be able to do that? So I decided to learn how to run, because it was essential for me to stop being that weak. Oh my god, how hard it was. Did I say I hate it? Probably I'll say it 20 times more this video. I hate it with all my heart. Sorry if you run and love it. It's just hard for me, at least in the beginning. And running for the sake of running, like you don't pursue any goal, you don't play a game, you just run. Isn't that dumb? Anyway, I decided to go for it and start to learn how to run. By the way, I had a very slow approach to that. The first week I was running just less than a minute, I guess. Talk about starting small. And even though during the run I was feeling like I was really close to death, after that I was feeling really proud of myself. I was the person who made herself a little better than yesterday. Hopefully I'll continue to run, but who knows. Anyways, the point is that I didn't like something about myself, and I decided to change it. And I did it very gradually, like really gradually, like ultra gradually. And I believe if you do something to become a better person every day, it makes your day a little bit more, what's that word, fulfilled, I'd say. What helped me with starting to jog was the good old habit tracker. I created it in the beginning of the month with several habits I would like to adopt, although I haven't been making habit trackers for a long time. Some studies show that self-control, and the habit tracker is the form of self-control, help you build the automaticity in your actions. So if you've never tried a habit tracker, I really recommend it. And also it is very romantic to just sit down at the end of the day by your desk, or I don't know, at your bed, and tick the habits that you accomplished today. And it doesn't mean that you have to do all the habits you'd like to adopt every day. I mean, I approach it like with ease, but still, it's such a nice feeling to tick those habits off. And also it gives you like that fear to break that chain of ticks.
The other day, I denied doing some work because I planned to go to the beach beforehand. But later, on the way to the beach, I realized that actually I refused to earn some money and traded it for going to the beach and relaxing and so on and so forth. So it felt a little bit like I'm a lazy cow and that I shouldn't have done it because it's money and I shouldn't have declined the project. But later I was thinking that what if it is fine to do so? What if sometimes you have to say no to some money that I will probably exchange later for some materialistic stuff in order to make memories, to romanticize your life and create some positive emotions? Because if you do not plan to make yourself feel happier, the events will not come to you just out of nowhere. You've got to create the moments of happiness, even though sometimes you need to refuse to earn some money.
Lastly, I would like to share with you a few mindset shifts, a few revelations that I've adopted recently and that I'm trying to incorporate in my life. So the first one is, I'm sorry, I'm in the nature, so a lot of noises are here. I stopped telling the truth about myself. Sounds weird, I know, but stick with me. I've never believed in affirmations before, and it's not that I've never believed it, just have never considered them and used them. Anyways, I recently have completely accepted and started to believe in the following quote. He who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right. Confucius. Confucius? 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 What's that? So, all I say about myself is what I believe about myself. As long as I say it, I am that. You know, I tend to say that I hate small talk, or communication overall. I am awkward around people, or that I hate jogging, for example. But guess what? She who says that is that. I hope you know what I mean, right? From now on, I like talking to people. I like small talk. I'm not awkward around people, and I enjoy jogging. This may not be the truth right away, but as long as I repeat it again and again, I start to believe in it myself. And I want to be that person. Why would I proclaim being someone who I don't want to be? So I started to say a little bit of a lie about myself, and I started to believe it, and I started to become the person I want to be. And how about sharing some small shifts that change your life in the comments? Let's just spread some inspiration all over the internet. The second mindset shift I had is visualizing the chores or the things that I don't like to do in a positive way. Again, I've never believed in visualization or like similar sorts of stuff, but even some studies suggest that it has some positive effects. Personally, I use my visualization to love my days a little bit more. Let's face it, every day is a fucking struggle. You have to wake up, you've got to meet people who you don't like sometimes, you've got to have difficulties in your relationships, you need to do chores, you need to do work, you need to do taxes, like all that stuff is not pleasant a lot of times. You can't just be purely joyful all day long unless you're a psycho or something. So if I'm feeling meh about any activity, I start to close my eyes and visualize myself doing this activity. I visualize the details that I love about it. I visualize myself smiling doing that, maybe having a drink that I love with it. And I find that this positive attitude that I form with this visualization makes these activities a little bit more positive and not that unpleasant for me. I now sound like some self-development guru or, I don't know, a crazy hippie. Very little difference in that. But what if they are right? Just like a pinch of salt that turns ordinary and bland dish into something really delicious, these small shifts can jazz up your life and make it more bearable, you know? If you found some inspiration in this video, please give this video a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. Another thing that I think changes life is minimalism. And minimalism is the main topic of this channel, so if you're all about it, maybe you should subscribe. And one of the major things that helps you become more minimal is decluttering. Let's be honest, it's sometimes a tedious process, so if you would like to declutter faster, you better check this video out that I will link right here, and have the most wonderful day. Goodbye.
I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.